Testing, testing, testing. Fuck it.
It's me, Elmo. Would you like to make some dubstep? Well, ready? 1, 2, 3. Yay!
Alright, what the fuck? What the fuck? Come on. Grow the fuck up. Ow, that's nasty. I gotta work on that one. I don't even know why the fuck I'm doing impressions right now. Kinda. I don't know. Oh boy! Hey pal! Ready to make some dubstep? Oh boy! Fuck me. Alright. So anyways, what's going on, guys? What's up, boys and girls? Ladies and gentlemen. I should probably be careful because, you know, I don't want to offend anybody. Ladies, gentlemen, ladies, everybody. Anyone who identifies as... Alright, let's not even get into that. Fuck that. Anyways, what's going on, guys? I am Broken Ocean. I haven't did a live stream in quite some time. It's been a couple weeks. It's been busy living that dad life. My son just started kindergarten a couple weeks ago, so you know I just been kind of chilling, you know, focusing on that, you know, and that's obviously my priority. This comes second. So anywho, I have been a little bit tidbits here and there. Been working on some new tunes. Still just haven't released anything yet, in a while at least I should say. I guess my main thing is kind of like I don't want to just put out half-ass music, you know. So my thing is I'm not gonna release anything until I am like full 100% ready to, you know, do it. Like I said, I got a whole fucking my whiteboard. Let's see, I got those are only songs that I wrote down. I still have many more, but I got about 15 tracks that are almost ready. Maybe even in this stream I'll give you guys a quick little sneak preview. But I'm gonna just shut the fuck up. Anyways, today we're gonna be, I think this is like studio time number 7. I lose track, honestly, because like I do them for, you know, consistently, then I stop, and then I fucking do them again, and I gotta just fucking stop that nonsense. But before we get started, if you haven't done so yet, make sure you please consider subscribing to my channel. I posted a couple videos, like maybe like a couple months, or I guess like a month ago. I did like it was supposed to be a funny, you know, how to DJ video, and after the fact I thought of a couple more you know, ideas I could have put in that video, but it's up. It's, you know, you might get a good chuckle out of it, and honestly just me fucking around. But I did that, and then I posted 2 other short little videos that got flagged because of copyright music, fucking course. So but yeah, make sure you guys check those out. Yeah, I'm working on some other videos as well, so I will be posting some more in the near future. You don't want to miss out. Also, last thing, and then before we get into this, I'm working on many sample packs and serum preset packs and all this fun shit. Let me give you a little taster. It's a bunch. honestly, this is like I just started this like 2 days ago. Smaller one. I got like a real big one that honestly what I'm gonna end up doing is just like combining all of these. But yeah, there's tons of like growls. Yeah. But yeah, tons of growls. These are all obviously original shit that I created using Serum. So, I'm not gonna go through all this, but I'm still in the process of, like I said, combining everything and finishing everything up. I don't know which ones, because there's a lot of these samples that I do want to keep for myself. I'll probably still end up like releasing them all, but it's more than likely it's gonna be a free sample pack, or at least I will be definitely 100% giving away something for free, whether it's, you know, half of the, you know, like give you like a little taster, and then if you want to buy the full pack, because there's just so many loops and presets. I've been literally working on this for like the last year. So yeah, obviously like, you'll get all like the, you know, the audio loops and shit, you know, and then you'll also get the Serum presets to go along with that, so you can kind of tweak it and, you know, put your own spin on it and use it for whatever you want. So yeah, there's tons of shit that I will be giving away for free. I kind of went off on a tangent there, but basically I will post a video when that time comes, when it is all complete. I will post a video or a live stream. I'll give you guys the link, whatever. You just literally gotta subscribe to my channel, and that's it. So, all right, let's shut the fuck up and let's do this. So let me play this little tidbit that I've been working on. I just started this today, since I got a little bit of wee free time before my son gets home from kindergarten, I figured I'd do a live stream. So here we go. Also, if you guys have any like questions regarding production, or, you know, if there's anything you want me to show you, leave it in the comments below. I got my phone right here monitoring the stream. So yeah, if you guys leave a question or comment or concern, I will address it. Without further ado, let's fucking, all right, I'm gonna shut up. But yeah, so here this is just a little idea that I started. Also, if the volume, I mean, it sounds okay on my phone, but if it's like anything's too loud or too quiet, please let me know. Thank you. Yeah, so that's what I got so far. Let's dig in. So what I figured I would do, because I've been working on tons of sound design, yeah, I've been just making so much shit, so many serum patches, and yeah, like I said, obviously I'm gonna use them all for myself, but I will be giving a lot of them away, probably most of them. Fuck it, you know, you gotta share. Sharing is caring, and it could be kind of fun. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. Let's dive right in. So yeah, here's volume 1. I don't know why I didn't even release volume 1 and I'm already on volume 3, 2, whatever. Here's just one little, yeah, all these fucking bass growls and, you know, all this shit. Like, look at this. There's so much. I've been, yeah, working on these forever. There's every day I just sit down and the first thing I'll do, I'll make like 10 new patches, and it just works. Why can't I view these? Here, it all blends in and shit. Mega pack. I got like 10 mega packs that I haven't even released. It's just ideas, and then I end up liking the shit so much that I just want to keep it for myself. Growls and frequency modulation and just a bunch of shit. It's really fun. It's a good time. And fucking, yeah, fuck this shit, cymatics. I'm sorry. I don't know. Anywho. So yeah. Nasty. Alright, so let's dig into this first sound here. I'm just gonna kind of show you guys what I'm doing, and then I'm just gonna go to town and start working and shit. So you guys can see how I do things, and then, like I said, if you have any questions along the way, just fucking let me know. Just say, yo, shut the fuck up. And yeah, so alright, I'm kind of dabbling with this. Dabbling. That's not even I don't even know if that's a fucking word. So yeah, I'm kind of, you know, trying out this new little setup here, just temporarily, just because I didn't have anywhere to put this desk and I didn't know where to put it. So yeah, I just threw it right here, and I'm using this ancient keyboard just to fucking make it look cool. I got my MIDI keyboard right under there. I just needed the more keys for now, so it fucking works. Stupid me, I traded in my code 49 to get a code 66, but it came in broken, and then I fucking quit Guitar Center, so I didn't get a discount anymore, and I just never got a new one. So yeah, fuck that place. That's all I have to say. Alright, so this first patch I got right over here. The only post-processing I got so far is just some OTT. Here's what it sounds like without it. Very simple patch. All these wavetables are actually wavetables that I created myself. I can actually probably show you how to create this one though. It's just an FM square. So basically what I did, let's actually go ahead and duplicate this so we don't fuck up. Select track content and delete that shit. Oh, I already did that. Alright, well fuck it. Frig it. Alright, so cool little feature. This is gonna be a little fun fact for you guys, so make sure you take this all in. So a little fun feature that you can use with Serum. If you go to the menu, you got all these different render, resample, all these different choices over here. So you can render oscillator A warp, B warp, resample A and B, and then resample stereo. So a lot of you may think, what the fuck is that? I'll show you. So that's how I create a lot of my wavetables, honestly. Just a bunch of resampling, and then, you know, I like to use a lot of, like, I'll create a patch, you know, make like a loop, save it to my library, and then I'll drag it in, create a wavetable from it, and then just recycle, resample, and you know, the possibilities are endless, you know. And even if you take like one patch, like what I like to do a lot, I will create like 10 patches from one main idea, and it's really cool because you can come up with a lot of, you know, similar sounds, but they're different. You know, they have like the same bass, but they're different, and it's cool because then you can use them to create variation. And yeah, so yeah, let me show you how I made this patch here. It's pretty simple. Simple. I just got a basic LFO control here, pitch modulation. If you look at my, you know, my presets, they all have like the basic, like the same setup. I usually try to use like the same macros for everything, but it usually works out. You know, it gives you total control over the patch and everything. So all right. So anyways, this FM square. So let me show you how to make this. And just so you know too, this oscillator B, which we'll get into in a minute, you probably won't be able to make this because it's actually just one of my loops that I threw in there. It's a growl bass that I you know, turned into a fucking wavetable. So anyways, let's go ahead and we'll try to make this this FM square wavetable. So go ahead and create an initialized init preset, initialize it, and then what we're gonna do, we're just gonna go to analog, basic shapes. Go to the square wave, do the same thing for oscillator B, except we are going to choose frequency modulation for the warp mode for A, pitch it down an octave, And then we're gonna pitch B up an octave, I believe I did. Yeah, level of oscillator B down. I think what I did next, let's see, did something like this. It's gotta be right in that fucking middle. Something like that. It doesn't sound like much right now, but I'll show you what happens. So I think that was it. Alright, we got this all set up. So now, like I said, you got a couple options. If you can render the warp mode into a new wavetable, but if you try to do it with frequency modulation, it'll say the mode is set to an FM type, use resample features. So basically the same shit. So basically what we're gonna do, now that we got this set up, you got our LFO on the warp mode set to half. It really doesn't matter. We're gonna go to menu, and then we're gonna resample to oscillator A. So what that's gonna do, that's gonna take the overall output from the patch, and it's gonna turn it into a wavetable. So let's go ahead and turn off oscillator B. Let's bypass this right here. So this is off. Now let's click on this. So actually this looks a little different than what I did, but it's similar. Yeah, actually I think that's it. Go ahead, we gotta do a little bit of tweaking here, but let's go ahead and let's compare. Alright, so that is it. So, alright, obviously there's a lot of unwanted nonsense, so let's go ahead and click this little pencil right here. And what we're gonna do, we're basically just gonna clean it up. So, go ahead and find exactly like I did. Find that end spot, which is right. Go ahead and leave 54 in there. So right around here, it doesn't have to be perfect. So we're gonna go to add remove and then select it to end. Okay, so now up a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and morph. We can do crossfade. Doesn't really matter. You can use crossfade or spectral. The outcome isn't gonna be too much different. That's basically it. Now we can normalize just to make the peaks, you know, jump up a little bit. Make everything nice and loud. Yeah, it looks a little different. Right, again with a different wavetable, I think. I can't remember what I fucking did it with. Let's go ahead and try this again. But that's the basic idea. I'm not gonna sit here obviously all day and try to recreate this exactly. But you kind of that's what you do. If you want to create this patch along with me, I mean, as long as the wavetable is close, you know, it has similar harmonics and frequencies and shit. You know, you should be all right. Alrighty then. Go give it one more attempt here. Even just did a square and a square. Try that. Oh boy. You know, honestly, it's fucking close enough. So yeah, if you want to go ahead, do something like that, clean it up a bit, morph, normalize, kind of like. I save this. This is kind of cool. I like this one. We'll do FM square. We'll just do it FM square 3. These are all very similar. Alright, so let's go ahead and go back to this patch over here. all you need is that beginning part. So I'm just gonna kind of show you this real quick, and then we'll go ahead and make another variation of this. But yeah, so I got that wavetable in there. And then for oscillator B, you know, I use, this is part of my pack here. This is one of my custom wavetables. It's called Spiral. Like I said, you won't be able to recreate that. But honestly, you could probably use pretty much any wavetable as long as it is similar as far as like harmonics and frequencies and shit go. Let's go ahead and open this up real quick and give it a try. Probably use like something in the digital. So if you go to oscillator B, let's see, let's try spectral. Let's maybe like one of the monster wavetables. Those are usually pretty good. Like monster 4, that looks pretty similar actually. Sounds pretty close. Like that. See if maybe we can find like maybe another one to substitute for the first one, so you guys don't have to go through that whole fucking process. I know there used to be like let me see here. I thought there was like an FM square wavetable somewhere. Oh, look at that. Would you look at that? That actually sounds very, very similar. Alright, so we found some substitution. Alright, so what we're gonna do. Alright, mate. Alright, mate. See, whip out your cock. So for oscillator A, wow, this is super awkward. Aye. Alright, so for oscillator A, alright, bear with me. So we're gonna go to digital SSQ. Okay. Alright, wavetable position down all the way, and then if you want to go ahead and make this LFO shape, you don't have to copy me exactly, you could, but be unique, do whatever you want, you know, make whatever shape you want. That's what I always, you know, that's my whole theory, I guess. You know, there's a lot of, I mean, hell, I post tutorials, but there's a lot of, you know, tutorials on how to make Zomboys fucking sounds, you know, and how to make Skrillex sounds, like all this crazy shit. That's all good for reference and shit, but nowadays there's just too many people trying to be like everybody else, you know, and you're not gonna fucking make it doing that. So, you know, when it comes to sound design, you know, like I'll admit I watch those tutorials, but you know, I use them just for ideas and, you know, to learn different techniques. You know, and, you know, it's just, you know, it's, yeah. So, you know, put your own spin on it. Put your own twist on it. Make it yours. You don't want to copy everybody else. You know, you don't want to sound like, you know, everybody else. It's just, you know, it's not it. So anyways, yeah, so go ahead and make an LFO shape, something similar to that. We're going to throw this, we got a lot of destinations. So, before we do that though, let's, like I said, oscillator A down an octave. Let me actually go ahead and turn all this shit off, so you know if you fucked up or not.
Okay, so now we're gonna go back to oscillator A. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We did it! Yay!
I gotta fucking stop that. So, alright. Alright, so we're gonna throw bend plus warp mode on there. Turn the level all the way down, random all the way down, which basically, you know, what this is gonna do is force the wavetable to start from whatever, you know, phase position you have it set to. So by default, I think it's set to like 180. I got this set to 174. Really not gonna make it too much of a difference. You know, if you change the phase position, you know, it'll give you like a slightly different timbre, depending on the wavetable and the complexity and the sound and all that. So you just leave it at 174, 180. It don't really matter. But we want that to start at. It's basically like restart via gate. If for those of you who are familiar with Massive, yeah. So basically, every time you hit a note, it's gonna re-trigger from the same spot, giving you a more consistent sound. So, you know, obviously, you know, it's good for a lot of things, but sometimes you don't want it on. Yeah, you get it. So, alright. Wavetable position all the way down. Drag LFO1 on there. Drag that bitch up 52. Bend plus. Warp at 36%. LFO1 on there. Drag it down all the way. Level at 0. LFO1. Drag it on that bitch. And then drag it up 34. So if you've done this correctly, it should sound like this. Not much, right? Let me actually turn off OTT too. So really not much. You can probably even really fucking hear it. So alright, let's get into the meat. Turn the sub oscillator on. Choose the second warp table here. Warp table. Pitch it down an octave. Level all the way down. Modulate that with LFO1. Alright, oscillator B. Spectral Trilobite 3. We're going to turn the octave down 1, -1. And turn the phase position to 84 degrees. Random all the way down. And then we are going to turn on ASIM. Why? I thought I had a different... Maybe I did. I thought I had it on... Oh yeah, I did have it on ASIM. I thought I had it on sync for some reason. Maybe that was a different patch. So yeah, asymmetric, or whatever the fuck that stands for. ASIM plus, I believe that is asymmetric. So basically, it shifts like the wavetable. It's kind of like bend plus and minus. Instead of doing it equally in the middle, it shifts it left or right. Wavetable position all the way down. And we're going to modulate that with something in just a moment. Actually, yeah, so... really have the same effect, but we'll leave it for now. So, alright. Wavetable position down. Throw macro 3 on there and bring it up about 54. So this is to change the timbre of the sound. Don't worry about it right now because it's really not gonna... I don't even know if it's gonna work for this wavetable. But yeah, so do that. ASIM plus all the way down. LFO up 93. Level down. LFO 1. Drag it up all the way. You also have a trigger set on the LFO 1, and then you can set it to... actually, if you want, drag macro 1 onto that rate. I usually start it at a bar, and then I'll bring it up like 34, so it'll give me like from a bar to a 16th note. Alright, so the filter, we're going to use a multi-filter, high peak filter. Make sure you have, oscillator A and B routing through this. Don't do the sub-oscillator, because it will cut out all the low frequencies, and it'll basically be useless. So we're going to go ahead and cut off all the way down to 8 Hertz, well, basically 0. Drag it down all the way, LFO1, bring it up about 35. Resonance at 0, LFO1, bring it up 29. We're going to turn the drive up to about 14-15%, somewhere around there. And then for the peak, we're going to bring the frequency up all the way, and then we're going to modulate that with LFO1, bring it down -23. And again, you're going to have to play around with these settings a little bit, tweak them to your liking. Want a little more, like, I don't want to say vowel-y, but if you want to give it, like, more kind of throat, you can turn the cutoff up a little bit more. Like I said, play with it. So, alright, so now for the effects. We're going to turn on some hyperdimension expansion. Bring the mix of the detune, hyper detune up to 21%, detune to 25, and then rate, just leave it. We're going to add a little bit of dimension expansion, dimension expander, size all the way down to 0, mix up to 25. Now, depending on the sound, the way I like to use the dimension expander is a 0 or a low size, and then a high mix. In my opinion, I feel like it gives you a cleaner result. Again, that's just my opinion. Alright, so now we're going to add some distortion. Good old diode 1. Drive all the way up, and then the mix down to 0. Modulate that with LFO 1 up to about 54. Notice the sound is starting to come together a little bit. Add some compression. So make sure you turn on multi-band mode. Then you're gonna bring the high frequency up to 139%, the mids all the way up to 200, and the low frequency band up to 171. You just click and drag this little slider here. I think this is like the I don't want to say the threshold, but it's kind of like that. Like on OTT, basically. It's basically this right here. I think it's like, yeah, I think it is technically the threshold. Yeah, threshold. That is the threshold. It's just like another threshold adjustment. All right, so and what we're going to do is turn the gain up to 6.7. Also, beware, you might have to turn your master down. I forgot to tell you that. Mine's down at 46%. I'm going to get into this in a little bit. I like to keep the master volume down on my plugins. Like, you know, if I'm using like Serum or Massive or Nexus, whatever, I like to turn the master down onto the plugin because when it comes to like the mixing and mastering stages, mixing more specifically, you obviously want your master, you don't want it peaking, you want it like as low as possible. And what I've noticed just from trial and error and experience, you will always get a cleaner result if you turn your volume down from the source. Because if you think about this, if you have your Serum plugin right here and we have this master cranked all the way up to 100% and we are well in the red, you can go to your track and turn it down 16 decibels. But guess what? You're still clipping. You're still clipping at the source. So you're literally just taking that. It's a quieter, you know, clipping. That's basically all you're doing. You're just turning down the volume of the clipping. So, you know, to avoid that, basically, like I said, all you have to do is if you turn it down at the source, make sure that you're not clipping in the plugin, or basically make sure that the source is not clipping. You will always be okay. You will always have tons of headroom. It'll always be clean. You know, it's just better results. Fucking stop next to me. God damn, they will text me. Alright, so yeah, let's shut the fuck up. Alright, so anyways, yeah, we got the compressor. Alright, next thing we're gonna do is add a little bit of chorus. Turn the rate all the way down, delay 1 and delay 2 all the way down to 0. And again, this is just to create a little bit more movement. Turn the depth up to 2.2 milliseconds and modulate that with LFO1 down -11. Turn the feedback up to 73%. Open up that filter low pass, turn it up to 20,000 to let all of them frequencies through. And then you're gonna turn the mix to like 30%. You turn the mix all the way up, you'll I almost threw up. Fuck. You'll be able to hear what it's actually doing. If you want to, you could even like throw a macro on the mix here, and create like a timbre, you know, macro. Maybe like route it to something else too to create like a combo macro. I don't fucking know. Yeah, tune it to taste. To taste, mate. All right, so we're gonna throw some EQ on. We're gonna use both notch filters or peak filters, whatever, the bell curve, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Really, it's all right. Frequency down to 35 hertz. Modulate that up 46. The resonance, I'm sorry, not the resonance, bandwidth, or the Q, whatever you want to fucking call it. 54%, gain up 7.4 dB. So this is just to create more movement in the sound, to add, you know, add a little bit of more like mouthy, throaty kind of, you know. Alright, so the second one, frequency at 8347. LFO1 on that bitch, drag it down -33. The bandwidth we're going to put to 51%, and the gain we're going to turn up 10.3. So, again, this is another thing, if you want to like route the gain on both bands here to like a macro, you know, you could create, you know, like I said, like another timbre knob or something, you know, because you can get some cool results if you turn this on, turn it off, or even turn it up. Hell, maybe even if you want to like adjust the frequencies a little bit. kind of create like that cool like build up effect, which I actually did on another one. I'll show you how to do it. But yeah, so play around with it. What I like to do, you know, if I'm trying to create like a growly type, you know, gritty patch, with the EQ, I usually, you know, have the peaks going basically against each other. That way they kind of meet at like almost the middle or meet at a point. And I don't know, you usually get like the best results doing it that way. You know, there's no obviously right way to do it. It's just kind of, you know, they come together right in the middle. And yeah. Yeah. All right, so for the filter, now it's really starting to come together. So we're going to go to the flanges, or as some people call them, flanges, which I don't know, maybe I'm fucking wrong, but I always thought it was called a flanger, not a flanger. I don't fucking know. I'm not a doctor, but I thought it, whatever. I guess tomato, fuck, feek, back, thick. But yeah, so we're going to use a flanger plus. Turn the cutoff up to 50 hertz, modulate that up 29 with LFO 1, resonance down to 0, drive up just to 8%, and then the mix all the way up. And you can hear what this is adding. So if you, you know, you can also throw like a macro on the cutoff even. Yeah, and you know, it gives you like that different overtone. Yeah, so there's that, and then we just got some plate reverb here, just a little bit more room to the sound. So the size, like I said, plate size at 20%, leave everything the same, turn the damp and the width all the way up, and then the mix is going to be at 13%. With reverb, you know, regardless of what it is, plate or hall or whatever the fuck kind of reverb you want to call it, I always use a high mix, or I'm sorry, a low mix, high size. It just gives a way cleaner sound. Again, obviously that's all, you know, depending upon the actual sound you're trying to create, but for the most part, if you're just looking for, you know, to add a little bit of, you know, width or more, you know, substance to your sound, use a low mix, high size. The results are usually a little bit better, you know, because if you use a higher mix, your sound's going to get drowned out in the reverb, and, you know, in most cases that's usually not good. Sometimes it could be good, but yeah. So, all right. That's basically the patch. A little different. Yeah, it sounds like way fucking different, but it's close. It's kind of close. What if we even just use like a straight, like, could do it actually to remap this. Oh boy, let's see. Man, it's so fucking close, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, honestly, like I said, it's, you know, it's it's pretty similar. Again, I don't even know why you'd want to copy this exactly, but I mean that is a pretty cool patch. I'm gonna save that honestly, but I think it all is in this second patch right here. Yeah, so yeah, it's not even the first oscillator that's really the problem. It's kind of the second one. So you gotta find like an oscillator with those overtones or those harmonics in there. Get rid of this. Let's try. Oh man, this is pissing me off. Because that wavetable just has such like very unique characteristics. But yeah, so I mean, like I said, there's at least hopefully you learn something from that, I guess, and you can kind of take that idea and put your own spin on it. Another little thing I'm gonna show you real quick is with the matrix. What I like to do, well, not with the matrix, but you go into the matrix and to create some pitch modulation here. What I will do, so for LFO2, I usually create like a shape like this. You could also put a little thing, a little curve at the beginning, so it'll pitch up and then down. It doesn't really matter. And then I'll usually set it to like a bar. Make sure you have it on trigger mode. And then what do we do? Select LFO2, master tune under global. Make sure you have it set going one direction. What is it? No. Yeah, unipolar. Yeah, that's what I thought. Unipolar, and then bringing it down -12, which I believe is 1 octave. I know if you turn it up, it's not quite that way. But when you're just doing a pitch bend down, it doesn't have to be like perfect. But yeah, -12. And then the auxiliary source set to macro 2. So now we can control whether we want it on or off. So yeah, that's basically it. And then another thing too, what I like to do, I'm super OCD about like organization, which you definitely should be. But I have my own LFO shapes, and I created a bunch of folders. So usually what I'll do, I'll save every single LFO shape I've ever made. I always just save them, most of them that I've made. But yeah, so then you can go ahead and access it, and you can create different like little folders like this. All you have to do is if you go to save shape, create your folder within here, and then basically you just click on it. You make subfolders, however you want, and then when it's comes time to save them, you just literally click in there, save it, and then you can access right over here. Another little cool fun fact: if you hold Alt and click on this folder here, oh shit, wait, fuck, Shift Alt click. Oh, there we go. I don't know, maybe that was weird. But yeah, if you alt click this folder, you can cycle through all of the wavetables, and if you shift alt click, it'll go backwards. So click alt click to go forward, shift alt click to go backwards. Little fun fact, I know it's sometimes a pain in the ass, pulling those up and going trying to find the right one. But yeah, just do something like this. And then OTT. This sound is definitely missing something. I can't really tell what it is. I think it's... Put the oscillator A, if you put it up like 7 semitones, it kind of gives you those harmonics that you're looking for, the overtone. But yeah, I'm not gonna spend too much more time on that because this video will be fucking boring. But yeah, you get the idea. Let me get into some other shit here. So as you can see, all these from my drop here, which is literally all it is so far. I mean, it's a drop, and I got that little instrumental after. But you can see I labeled everything: A, B, C, D, C, whatever, and then so what I like to do when I'm creating a drop, I put a video out a couple years ago. It was decent. I was thinking about actually redoing it. I mean, I'm giving you the information now, so but I'll go more in depth about it. But basically, what I like to do is basically create a formula. So I'll create a bunch of blank like MIDI tracks, or just throw some serums, duplicate it a bunch of times, and then I'll just, yeah, basically you just click and drag, boom, boom, boom. Label this A, fuck, A, and then in the next empty space over here, you know, you would do B. And essentially what you do, you create like a loop, let's just say like 4 bars, and then basically you put a, you know, a blank MIDI clip into some of the, you know, to fill up the blank spaces. So something like this. You kind of like visualize, or, you know, in your head kind of, you know, how you want it, you know, how many different sounds you want. And again, this is just like a rough idea. This is just to get you started. So then what you do, you're going to go ahead and obviously pick a patch, a sound for track A, pick a sound for track B, and pick a, you know, sound for clip C. And basically you would duplicate it, and every single time, you know, like A will always be the same sound, and then when you create a variation, it would be like A2, and then what you can do is like go back, and then, you know, you can like cut some of these, and then, you know, to create variation, you can add like A2, B2, whatever, and it's just a silly thing that like really just helps you visualize everything, and it's just one of those organization things that just kind of really helps you in the long run. That way, you know, like I said, it's basically like a rough sketch. So it's like, all right, how is my drop gonna sound? You know, where do I want what sound? You know, it's just stuff like that. But like I said, I'll kind of go more in depth. I mean, it's a real simple concept. You know, so there's really not too much to talk about. But yeah, so basically what I got. So all right, this is what I want to go over. So this second sound right here. So for my sidechain, by the way, I'm using LFO tool, which I highly recommend. It's so much better than sidechain compression. It's a lot cleaner. Literally all it is volume automation, and you know, it's ducking out for literally just that split second. So it's not like ruining any of your sounds. It's, you know, maintaining everything. You know, it's literally just volume. So it's cutting the volume down for that split second to allow your kick and your snare to come through. You could sidechain it with a MIDI, you know, trigger, whatever you want. Set it to, you know, a constant rate, whatever. But yeah, so definitely recommend it. If you don't have it, check it out. But yeah, so what I did here, you'll notice that it kind of like winds up a little bit, like the LFO gets more intense. So the way you do that, this is kind of cool. So what you would do, so if you're using Ableton, you configure, boom, and then you're going to go to your LFO, and you're going to click this smooth knob right here. All right, and then what that does, it allows you to control it, you know, draw some automation in. But basically what you're doing, watch. If you turn your smooth knob all the way up to 100%, basically like the LFO, you won't even like really hear it. So basically, I don't know, it just gives it like a real cool effect, like it's kind of just winding up, getting more intense. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, that's basically how you would do it. You know, it'd be the same thing as like kind of like drawing in, you know, gradually, you know, increasing the LFO, kind of like this. Similar to that effect, you know what I mean? But yeah. And so I did that on every other one. So I did this. And the second one, it's just like normal. And then again. Oh, I turned OTT. That's why it sounds weird. Alright, so yeah. So then, what I did here, so yeah, I got B for the first half of the drop. It's this sound. Then, I duplicated that track, and for the second half, I made a variation. So right here, this is how you can kind of see. So this is B2, so it's the same spot, but it's a different sound. But it plays the same role, basically. So it's, you know, like call, response, however you want to word it. So yeah. Bam. So yeah, basically I took this, which actually, let's go over here. Go to this. Let me show you this real quick. So this is another patch that I used, or that I made using that FM square wavetable that I created. Honestly, if you want, I'll probably release all of these custom wavetables eventually, so make sure you subscribe. Maybe later I'll post a video and you guys can download these for free. So yeah, it's basically that. And then what I did for the second, well, let me show you. It's a very simple patch. So I did this, you know, you got your high peak filter, and then here's all of your effects. It's all straightforward. And then yeah, for the second one, for the variation, literally all I did, I added a saw wavetable, added oscillator B. I pitched it up, detuned it, and then basically just threw some sync warpage on there. So to add that overtone. That's basically it. And to get it to sound like that, I just drew in some simple LFO automation here. Yeah, so that's that. Oh my god! My phone's fucking dying. I might have to grab my charger soon. Shit. Okay. Second one. I duplicated it. So that repeats. And then let me show you here for this first patch. So it's so cool. Sounds great. I think this is actually the same one. That other one. I think this is that spiral one. I tend to use you know, at least in like one song, I tend to use like a lot of the same wavetables, but you know, just different wavetable positions. And like I said, I'll literally, you know, take one wavetable and push it, you know, to the over the fucking limit till you can't even squeeze anything more out of it, you know. But yeah, so I got that, and I got this detuned a little bit, but I got the detune all the way down and the random all the way down. So basically, there's just 3 layers on top of each other. So it's not actually like detuned. It's just 3 voices stacked on top of each other, and it just kind of makes it a little bit I don't want to say louder. I mean, it does make it louder, but just, you know, yeah, that's basically it. It makes it a little louder. We'll leave it at that. But this is it. I guess I'll go over this patch real quick just to kind of give you the concept of it. And like I said, you know, if you want to experiment with this idea, you can throw your own wavetable in there. It doesn't matter, whatever. So I got a shape like this. LFO2 looks like that, and then LFO3, that's my pitch modulation. So what I got here, I got this wavetable. Like I said, detune 3 voices. Well, actually, it's unison is 3 voices, detune all the way down. And then, yeah, so you turn the random all the way down. And then, yeah, it'll stack them perfectly on top of each other. Down 1 octave, level all the way up. And then I got the wavetable from 1 to 17. And then bend plus warp mode from 0 to 26. Sub oscillator, I got this sine wave right here. Down an octave, level down, modulated up with LFO1. So basically it's just like a simple ramp, and then I got it, you know, it ramps up, and then halfway through it's just like a plateau. It levels off at the top. And then next we go to the filter, high notch filter, which is basically similar to a high peak filter. It's just a high pass filter with a notch filter, basically. So cutoff set to 8 hertz, bringing that up to about 60 with LFO1, resonance up to 10, the drive just up slightly 4%, and then I got the frequency of that notch going back and forth. So basically it's from all the way up to 100% all the way down to 0 with LFO1. Then yeah, so for the effects, it's all pretty straightforward. Dimension expander, distortion, hard clip, and then yeah, basically I got LFO1 raw to do a bunch of shit. Let's see if there's anything that really sticks out. So for the chorus, you know, and again, it's a macro knob. Honestly, I don't really like it. It turned out a lot different than I expected it to. What I was trying to do is create kind of like a vibrato effect, but more, not even just like vibrato, but I was trying to create more of like a detuny effect. Like if you notice, once this sound ramps up at the top, it's kind of got that like real just gritty kind of like, it just sounds like, I don't know, but it didn't work out like I expected. So yeah, so basically if you want to copy these settings, you could. I got the LFO1 on the depth going bipolar 4. The depth is at 0.3, rates all the way down, delay 1 is at 0.7, feedback 69, low pass filter all the way up. And then yeah, I'm controlling the mix with the macro, so you can turn it on or off. And then yeah, this LFO1 shape is moving at 132nd notes, 30-second speed, whatever the fuck you want to call it, 132nd. And that's when it kicks in. But like I said, it didn't really work out like I expected, so you know, that's just kind of like, that's the concept of it. Got a phase 12 plus filter on. like I said, you know, I got the macro, I got LFO3 routed to the master tune. Same shit, macro 2 controls the dry wet of that. And then yeah, that's basically it. So basically, when you hit the note, down, set 102, I think. It was like bothering me. It just something didn't seem right, but I'm just gonna leave it for now. But you guys are all probably dying to learn how to make this. Fucking rhythm. Fuck rhythm, that's what I say. But I think the sound's cool. I don't even know what wavetable this is. Another custom one. Probably didn't even save it, but yeah, so I'm not gonna really go through all this shit here. But you know, if you want to use this idea, the way you get that like rhythmy kind of, like, I don't even know how to explain it, but that sound, the way to achieve that, it's all in the effects here. So we got the hyperdimension expansion and the distortion, the chorus, that's very important. You want to turn the rate all the way down. Delay, again, play with it, but you know, that's gonna, delay 1 is gonna kind of give you a head start on the timbre. Like it's gonna kind of set the you know, set the tone in a way. 1.3 milliseconds for this one. I got the depth at 0.8 milliseconds, and I'm modulating that up to 35. So that's where a lot of the, you know, the sound comes from. The feedback, 74%, low pass filter all the way up. Some of it comes from there. You'll hear it without it, but when it all works together, that's kind of how it all, you know, it sounds best when it all works together. So the second part is going to be the delay. Sounds all right without it, but what you're going to do for the delay is turn the feedback up, and then you're going to turn BPM mode off, but you're going to link the left and the right channel. Turn it really far down. It's a 2.87 milliseconds, and then we're going to modulate that up 16 with LFO1. So this creates a real cool effect. It's kind of, you know, I don't want to say like robotic, but you'll hear it. Actually, here. That right there. So yeah, play around with it, whatever. Obviously we got some compression, EQing. Same thing. I got two bell curves going in towards each other. And then the filter, we're using the flange low 6 filter, low 6 plus. The cutoff is at 109. brought it up about 37. The drive is at 23%, and then we got that filter. Let's see, the high pass frequency 25%, and then up 45 with LFO1. A lot of it is in the LFO shape too, because if you notice, when I make it like the LFO shape's like a lot larger, you can kind of hear more, you know, it's more what's the word, tonal or atonal. This is I think you would call it atonal. I don't know. Yeah, and then also, if you notice, I got this really small like curve in the middle. Here's what it sounds like if I bring it up all the way. So what this does, it just essentially prevents the like the sound from cutting out. So it just adds like a little bit of a, you know, just that little something right in the middle. Because if you don't have it there, kind of dies for that really split second, like that. So that ties the two shapes together, you know. And then yeah, so then I just got my plate reverb here, damp in the width all the way up. Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you create a shape like this, you could probably make this sound with any wavetables. You know, it doesn't have to be specific ones. But yeah, if you create like an LFO shape like this, use your chorus and your delay. You know, use these like concepts and ideas. You could definitely achieve this sound, or variations of the sound. You know. Another thing, what I have here. So, I got these two macros. So one controls the LFO speed, obviously, and the other one's an overtone. So I actually use this, I believe, let me see here. I think I did the variation for D. Yeah. So for D, I got the overtone set all the way up. What this does, adds that. So it sounds very similar, but it's higher pitched. So it's just a saw wave pitched up 2 octaves. And then I got sync warp mode on there, and I'm just modulating that. Also got a detuned 16 voices, detune all the way up, blend all the way up. So yeah, it just adds a little bit more, yeah, to the sound. So it's similar, but it's enough to be, you know, a whole new sound, I guess. That makes sense. I think I talk too fucking much. You guys probably, I don't even know if there's anyone watching, and my phone's about to fucking die. Shit! Okay, so let's do this. How about we do this? I kind of want to actually add some variations. All right, I'm gonna take I'm gonna be right fucking back. I gotta grab my phone charger because this shit's gonna die. Let's see. Let's put on some tunes here. Actually, while I am grabbing my phone charger, let's see. Maybe, just maybe, I'll let you listen to, if I can find it. Let you listen to one of my songs. That way, it won't get fucking flagged. I don't even know. Fuck. Probably didn't even label it properly. Okay, so I'm gonna go grab my phone charger, and you guys can enjoy this tune real quick. This is the right one. I don't even know what the fuck this is. I mean, this is my track, but I don't know which actually here. That was pretty good timing. As I'm choking on pie, I had to grab a drink. And, a little off topic, but I've been making strawberry rhubarb pie. Fucking homemade. Woo! Fuck. Is it fucking amazing? Now, I'm from Buffalo. I live by the cider mill. You know, obviously only open in the fall, serve cider and donuts and pie. And it's good. But I'll tell you, if you get the right recipe or you make the right whatever, strawberry rhubarb homemade, holy fuck is it amazing. I haven't eaten anything all day, so I was just trying to stuff my face. I got some milk and I got some sinus medication because my sinuses are all fucked. So, let's do this and resume. So, if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Fuck. I cannot take pills for the life of me. I literally can't swallow them. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. Because what happened, I choked a couple times. So now it's like implanted in my head. Every time I go to take one, my throat just like tenses up. Alright. So, welcome back. Alright, so what I think I'm going to do, let's go ahead and give this a listen. This first sound right over here, I think I might want to actually like change the second half into something different. So, like for the rest of this video, it's 1 o'clock. Alright, for the rest of this video, I mean, I'm going to try to minimize the talking because I guess this is probably boring you guys. I'm going to try to do like just more working, less talking. So, like I said, at any point, if I'm like moving too fast or like there's anything you want me to stop and show you, just let me know. Because honestly, I could be doing this shit for days and I would still never cover everything. So, yeah. So I kind of have an idea. Just an idea. Don't know if it'll work. Hopefully it works. Clean that up a little bit. Alright, so what I'm actually going to do, I think I'm going to split this up into 2 different sounds. So let's go ahead and bring this to the top, just keep it clean. I think I'm going to make this a growl. So I got a bunch of new ones that I've been working on here. That's another thing too. So sound design is so important. I mean, if you don't have good sounds, you cannot have good music. So what I do, I designate basically sound design time and then production time. So recently I've been more, you know, focused on well, I don't want to say focused, but I've been putting more time into sound design and, you know, making my own sample library. But you know, that's good because, you know, you want to keep the two, you know, separate. Not saying that you can't design sounds as you go, but it's better just to take an hour and to just knock out as many sounds as you can, or samples or loops, whatever, because then that way, then when you go to create a new track, you have some ideas and, you know, stuff stored ready to use. And you know, then when you're trying to knock out a track, you know, it's less time that you have to spend, you know, doing that, you know. So it's a little tidbit for you. And this would be another sound, maybe. I kind of want to get rid of that sound almost in general. Fuck up. Started off as just a little drop idea. I feel like this doesn't even fit anymore. Because it's too slow. Maybe that's better. Let's try it. This is gonna be our first sound. Now we gotta pick this sound. That's something. It's fucking killing me. Alright. Whoa, 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 whoa. Kind of what I want. Speak it. Let's change it. alright. It's alright. It's fun. Fun. I originally had. Too much of that ain't good. Have that. I don't know. Maybe? Kinda like it. Might even be able to split this up here. Turn that into a different sound. I'm getting ideas. Try this. Because now, as you see, I'm just kind of shortening some clips and then just adding other things in, and it's a little more organized. We're getting somewhere. Machine. So, alright, we got... Which these two? Alright, let's go ahead and pick a sound for this. Alright, let's go to, not this one. I'm looking for a different one. This one. This is the one I want. Actually gonna duplicate this first patch, and then what I'll do every other one will be like a different you know, I have a different overtone. Honestly, I think that sounds pretty good so far. I'm pretty happy. See, now the part after the drop, honestly, I just threw that in there. I don't know if that's how the melody's gonna go. To be honest, I truthfully just made this. I was just messing around with the different sounds that I made, and I didn't even think this was gonna really turn into a song. But I was kind of happy the way that it sounded, so I do want to take this to the next level. So, see, I personally like to start with like the intro. I don't like to start with the drop. I mean, I do sometimes. But I love writing like super catchy like melodies and, you know, intros and all that stuff. So I like to start with that, you know, make like a real nice melody, you know, and then it seems easier to just go into the drop. I mean, I don't want to say the drop's the hardest part, but it's the one of the most important parts of the song. So, you know, if you start with a drop, it really isn't a bad idea either. But then it's sometimes hard to write a melody around it. So, I mean, I don't know. But let's see what time. I don't even know how long I've been doing this for. Looks like, oh shit, it's already 1:30. I've probably been streaming for quite some time now. Oh boy, let's see. Oh, an hour and a half. All right, well, probably gonna wrap this up soon. I always feel like I don't get enough done. I don't say enough. Well, I don't want to say I don't say enough. I don't fucking stop talking, but want to make sure I show you guys enough. So the drop one more time. So yeah, like I said, obviously I didn't go in like super deep depth here, but you can kind of get like a general idea of how I kind of work, and you know, using this, you know, so like I said, at first I had, you know, it literally took up like half of the measure. And then, you know, you can break it down and then, you know, duplicate and then, you know, cut in half, cut your MIDI clips in half, and then, you know, turn the other half into a different sound, and then cut that and add a different sound, and then switch that. And you could just see how you kind of like, you start simple and then just, you know, cut and then really zoom in and then start, you know, making things a little more complicated. You don't want to overcomplicate it, but, you know, just keep it really simple at first. Just, I usually start with 4 sounds. So A, B, C, D. And then you break it up and then chop them up and switch them around and do what you gotta do. Yeah. Oh, I got tons of thing, but I, you know, might. In the near future, this one might make the album that I'm working on. Maybe we'll see. So real quick, one more thing. So I'm just gonna kind of show you a little trick for like layering. So again, I don't know if this is actually gonna be the melody. This is just something I kind of threw together to see, you know, how it transitioned. But I love using tons of layers. You know, obviously layering is super important if you want like a real thick, you know, just full sounding song. But you know, if you don't layer properly, it could really just fuck everything up. You know, you either have, you know, real like tons of muddiness because of clashing frequencies, or you know, you can have phasing. You know, if I were to duplicate this track and use the same thing on top of it without panning it, it would, you know, create like phasing. There's a lot of issues that you can have if you don't layer properly, but biggest one is just like muddiness and it won't sound good. But as long as you keep like the, you know, as long as you kind of know a little bit of music theory and, you know your scales and your notes and all that shit, and You just kind of know simple EQing, and you know you should be fine. But so what I got here, like just like the basic melody that I came up with. This is just a Nexus patch. It's just like a lead. And then on top of that, I got this Nexus. These are all Nexus. This is like just like a big room lead. Basically playing the same exact thing as the first lead, so together they sound like D's. That big room lead, it kind of, you know, because of like the reverb and because it's, you know, it's a thicker sound, when layered with that first like real thin lead, it kind of just, you know, the two work really well together. You know, they are similar, but they also, you know, they do have different, you know, characteristics, and they just, you know, they complement each other. So the third one I got is this. A little bit of like a vibrato. It's similar to the first one. You can tell it's kind of got like more like plucky in the beginning, you know. It's got like a I guess you'd call it the transient. Kind of got like a, you know, pluckier transient, whatever you want to call it. But at the end, it's kind of got like a vibrato thing. So what I did, I bumped up the velocity for this note right here, which is linked to the vibrato, I guess. So essentially, it just, again, it complements the other sounds and it adds that vibrato at the end on that, you know, the held note. So together. Last, got like this jungle pluck. And another Nexus patch. But it's basically just doing it. This is doing something different now. So, basically, like, this song is in E. Just like this little pattern. And by creating the pattern like that, and just like the you know the type of, you know, since it's like a pluck, and it's just real short and it's a little, like, I guess you can call it like lower frequency, whatever. It doesn't really collide with the other ones, but it sounds really cool stacked on top of these. So this is with it. I think it kind of makes it more like kind of like I don't know, like upbeat, I guess, without it. This is with it. And last but not least, I have the sub bass, and literally this is just following the pattern, the melody. I won't even hear that, but it's there. And then I also have this sidechained, I got an LFO tool on it somewhere. And then, yeah, that's just like the hip hop sub bass, the Ableton stock plugin, which is great. And then, yeah, what I usually do is keep my sub bass for the drop and then any other sub bass separately, even though they are basically the same. They are the same, you know, instrument, but a little bit different. One's got more distortion, one's got a different tone. I mean, they're very similar though, but I like to, regardless, even if they're the same, I like to keep the drop sub bass separate from like the rest of the song, because it's sidechained differently basically, and it's more of a harsher sidechain, I guess, and obviously with the melodies and everything, I like to do it that way. So for the drop, you know, the sub bass is just literally just following the pattern for the most part. Again, you probably won't even hear this, but if you do, here you go. I'll play it together. now we gotta change the crop. Yikes. Ah, fuck. That's alright though. It sounded fine, I think, so. A lot of those patches have like sub bass in. Not biggie. But yeah, so yeah, that's basically that. So there was one other thing. So actually, I'm gonna go ahead and save this. I want to show you guys before we get out of here, if I can find it. I've been starting. I have so many projects that I've started, and just I don't know. Let's see here. I think this is it. Yeah, this is the thing I want to show you. This is another track I've been working on. I'll just give you a quick preview of it, and then yeah, that'll be it basically. So hopefully, for those who have watched, I hope you guys learned something from this. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed. I'm a little just rusty. I haven't been doing this, the streaming as much as I really wanted to. But I'm gonna be doing it, at least once a week. I'm gonna try to do it once a week, hopefully. Even if it's just for a little bit. What I was doing in the past, when I first started this channel, and then I fell off the radar. I was taking requests for videos, and I had a couple people ask, like, I think a few of the videos are, viewer requests. Like I said, that was when I was like first started, and I fell off, and whatever. But I'm back now, so yeah, if you guys obviously have any requests for videos, I remember before I was doing, like, I was searching on forums and stuff for questions people had on videos, and then I'd respond with a video, and that seemed to be doing great. I might do that again, but on here, like I said, if you guys have any questions or if you guys have any ideas for videos, I was thinking about maybe doing like some like challenges, like making like either like a 10-minute drop challenge, stuff like that. Making a song out of like one sound, like stuff like that maybe. But I don't really have too many ideas right now, so if you guys do, let me know in the comments below, and then I will put that material out. So, without further ado, this is one of the newer tracks that I'm working on. Hopefully it's not too loud, but here it is. Hope you guys enjoy. You might crash. Let's see. Hell yeah. So that's it. I still gotta work on the second drop. But yeah, these are actually this is why I love you know, designating time to work on loops and samples. And you know, you just, you know, like I said, I'll start sessions. I even have like some projects saved, like where it's just like I have it set up a specific way, where I can literally just, like I said, you know, make sounds, presets, you know, bounce it down to audio, manipulate samples, do whatever I need to do, and then, like I said, bounce them down in these loops. And like I said, this is something I created. This is like my original. This is from a Serum preset, and you know, now I literally, you know, couldn't think of what to put there, so I just dragged that in there, and it just happened to work, you know. So you know, you got, you know, it's really, really important to build up your own library of samples and loops and presets. You know, that way you have everything to use, you know, everything set to go. You don't got to worry about, you know, using other people's, you know, work, and it's all original. So, you know, it's a good thing. Yeah, I would definitely, if you want, I can make a video on how to make your own sample library. I was gonna do it a while ago, but I just never got around to it. But if it's something that you guys want, I mean, I'll probably just do it anyways. Maybe it'll get some traction. But yeah, so forgot, let's say I love this one right here, this square growl. I'm gonna go over this a different day, but this is cool. It's 5 different LFOs. This thing is very complicated, but it's really cool. Like, I think like 3 or 4 different patches from this like LFO / idea. Really cool. I love it. All right, so right. I think that's all I'm gonna do for today. Kind of getting hungry. I'm fucking starving right now. I think this was actually. Oh, did I do anything? I don't want to save it because I don't want to fuck it up. I was working on a little preview for my sample pack that I was gonna release, but I don't know. I kind of, I don't like this. I made this a while ago, and then I just like pulled it up the other day. Oh yeah, but I made a ton of risers and like impacts and shit. I'm gonna show you guys how to do that because I think it's really cool and it's really important. You definitely need tons of effects in your music.
Yo, check it out.
Sounds like shit, but this is my voice too, which is actually kind of interesting.
Yo, check it out.
I think that turned out really well. I made a bunch of vocal samples. I'll show you guys another time. I can also I'll make tutorials. I'll make a bunch.
Break it down.
Also my voice. Oh. Oh, yes. Oh, another thing too. If you guys have ever heard of Get Good Drums, if you haven't, check it out. Matt Halpern, and Nolly from Periphery. If you guys have ever heard of the band, it's actually not even dubstep. It's not electronic music. It's like gent. It's gent. Metal, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But yeah, they're amazing. But anyways, their drummer and the bassist, they created this thing called Get Good Drums, which is basically it's a plugin for Contact. But it's realistic drum samples, you know, and I don't want to say it's like more geared towards like metal and stuff, but I mean the samples are kind of, but you could use them for anything, and I, you know, use them to create like realistic build-ups and just different like awesome drum sounds. and there's a bunch of like packs you can buy for it and stuff. But if you haven't, and I'm not sponsored obviously, but I think it's an awesome thing to invest in, or at least check out. You can get a free version of it. And like I said, it's for Contact Player, by Native Instruments. So yeah. But this is like one of the builds I created with Good Drums. That's literally just penciling in MIDI notes. You know what I mean? So it's so fucking amazing because like it's just so realistic, and the velocities, like you can just, you know, you can make it sound like someone's doing a real roll on the snare, kick, whatever. It's awesome. So
Yo, bring that fucking beat back. Yo, bring that fucking beat back.
oh my god, actually I love this right here. This is why like I kind of like I've been hesitating about like releasing a sample pack, because I don't know, maybe to some of you this doesn't sound good, but to me, like, I don't know, this sounds amazing, and it's like all the samples that I create, you know, I just mass produce them, and then it's like I end up wanting them for myself, you know, so it's kind of tough, but I made, and some of these I made so long ago, and I just, you go back and it's just, I don't even remember what I think this was actually using Massive, to be honest. It's like the whole loop. But yeah, so anyways, I'm not gonna fucking stop. But yeah, so all right, we're gonna end it on that note. So yeah, let's reopen this back up. But yeah, so anyways, yeah, sample pack coming out soon, loop pack, preset pack coming out very soon. Let's see, today is the 21st. Honestly, what I'll probably do, I'll probably put a release date, so you guys can have a heads up. So make sure you subscribe to my channel. I think on YouTube now you can actually post like pictures. So one way or another, I will either post like a short video, or I'll post like a picture or something on my channel, so you guys know when it's going to be released, because like I said, what I'm probably going to do is just like I'll do a live stream, or I will post a video, but then in the video I'll give out the information like how to download it and shit, or I'll put it in the description or something. But yeah, so yeah, subscribe to my channel because you don't want to miss that. Like I said, there's tons of serum presets. I mean, I could sit here for days and going over it and shit, but basically I'm giving away all the ones, all the sounds that I used, you know, either for my songs or that I created for myself, you know, so you guys can take them, you know, royalty free, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You can do whatever you want with them. So yeah, that, and then yeah, I was gonna say check out my SoundCloud, but I actually think my SoundCloud's down. I got my credit card hacked, like, or debit card, whatever, bank card. I got my bank card hacked like a month ago, and I had to cancel it again. Got a couple, you know, I think I had like I had a couple $100 stolen from my account again. Basically I had to cancel my card, and the issue, you know, keeps happening to me because I'm using my card online for everything. So essentially, you know, I had like probably 15 monthly subscriptions. Obviously without the card they can't bill me, so like everything got shut down, and I couldn't keep track of everything. And since I've been not taking a break, but I haven't been doing it as much, I didn't re-up my SoundCloud, I don't think, because I got to put my new card number on there. So you can check out my SoundCloud. It's Broken Ocean Official, or I think it's just Broken Ocean. It's soundcloud.com/Broken Ocean, Broken-Ocean. I think the link's like on my YouTube page, but yeah, you can check it out. I just don't know if you're gonna have access to everything, Because I think since I have like hours and actually probably days worth of music on there, you know, since now I think my account by default like reverted to like the free version. It's probably not gonna have everything on there, but I gotta actually do that ASAP. I will not put my card online for anything anymore. I'm gonna use prepaid cards for all that shit, just because I've been having such bad luck, you know, getting my account stolen or billing errors. iTunes especially. Like this year, I've been billed for YouTube Red like 5 times. I had to call and get that like refunded, and I don't fucking use YouTube Red. Like, you know what I mean? So it's all this crazy shit. So yeah, good times. But yeah, my son's gonna be getting out of school soon, so I'm gonna wrap this up. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I did. Wait, I don't even know. It doesn't make sense. But anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. What the fuck? I can't talk with myself talking behind me. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm gonna do another live stream probably tomorrow. Actually, I'm gonna try to do another one either tomorrow or Sunday, possibly Monday. Yeah. In the meantime, I definitely, like I said, I would love requests for videos. If you guys have any, or even like if you have a request for like a stream, if there's like, if you want me to do a live stream, you know, about a specific topic, or you want me to show you how to like do mastering or mixing or whatever, just let me know and I'll make it happen. I'm trying to get this channel popping. I'm trying to kind of get the ball rolling, I guess, you know, and I want to start putting out content, you know, interacting more, you know, I gotta grow that audience, you know what I mean? So, obviously, if you could spread the word and subscribe to my channel, I would so greatly appreciate it. It would mean so much to me. Seriously. Yeah, so, alright. I'm gonna shut the fuck up and go do something. So, peace, guys. I'll see you guys next time.